The iOS 18.5 is here, and in this video we are going to talk about all of the new features, options and settings it's going to bring to your iPhone. But before we start, if you're new to this channel, then do not forget to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get the notification for future uploads. Apple has also launched the iPad OS 18.5, Apple Watch OS 11.5 along with various updates for macOS powered devices and other Apple products. We will talk about them in separate videos, and in this video we will cover everything about the iOS 18.5. So to update your iPhone to iOS 18.5, you need to go to the settings, then go to the general, and then you will find this software update option. As you can see, it is available for my iPhone 16 as well as for my iPhone 16e. Depending on the device you got, as you can see, there is a difference in terms of the software package size. You can expect it to be from 1 GB to 1.7 GB. So it is always better to connect your iPhone to the Wi-Fi when you are updating the software of your device. So as you can see, when the device was running on iOS 18.4.1, the modem firmware was 1.54.03. And once you update your iPhone to iOS 18.5, you will find that the modem firmware is updated to 1.60.02. As you can see here, when the device was running on iOS 18.4.1, the total iOS size was 18.82 GB, out of which 6.6 GB was for Apple Intelligence and 12.22 GB for iOS. So after updating your iPhone to iOS 18.5, if you go to the settings, then go to general, then go to iPhone storage, scroll down, go to the bottom, and then tap on iOS, now you can see that the total size is just 12.73 GB and the Apple Intelligence is consuming only 467.9 MB instead of 6.6 GB as it was consuming on iOS 18.4.1. So Apple has done some work on the coding to make it more efficient, less space consuming, and because of that the overall size of the iOS as well as the Apple Intelligence is reduced now. So now let's talk about some other changes. So here my iPhone 16e on the right side is still running on iOS 18.4, and here we got iOS 18.5 on iPhone 16. So if you go to the Mail application here on the iOS 18.5, you can see that at the end of the screen here we got this slight marking that something else is on the right side of the screen that was not earlier available on iOS 18.4. So now you can just slide it and all mail will appear, or you can just slide it back and once again there will be this tiny gray icon showing that there are further options available, which was not shown earlier on iOS 18.4.1. Another major change is that if you tap on the three dots on the top right corner, then this window pops out, and as you can see on the iOS 18.5 we got an additional option that is show contact photos, which was not available earlier on iOS 18.4.1. So if you want to see the contact photos in Mail application, you can do it right from here instead of going to the settings. The same option is still available in the Mail application settings. As you can see here, if you want you can turn it off or turn it on, but it is always better to have a quick option right from your Mail application to do the very same thing as you can see here. Another new visual change is that if you go to the settings, then go to the general section, then go to Apple Care and Warranty. So here on the iOS 14 you can see the layout was totally different. Now on iOS 18.5 we got this Apple logo, Apple Care and Warranty, this text here that says view coverage status of all your devices and purchase coverage for eligible devices. The bar for each of the devices is also bigger compared to what we got on the iOS 18.4.1. On iOS 18.5 some additional text is also added. For example, here you can see it says eligible to add Apple Care Plus, but here it says eligible to add Apple Care Plus plan. So the new layout and UI on iOS 18.5 is looking better visually. If you go to any of these devices here, then once again you can see visually we are getting lots of changes. Before it was just saying limited warranty and when it's going to expire, but here on the iOS 18.5, first of all it comes with an Apple logo. It also talks about the detail of the device, like the device model, the serial number as well. The coverage detail here is in different section while it is merged with the limited warranty part here on iOS 18.5. The text before learn more about benefits that was available on iOS 18.4.1 is gone from the iOS 18.5, and here you can see once again that the Apple support logo is smaller on iOS 18.5, but it comes with more text compared to what we got on iOS 18.4.1. Another new inclusion here is that if you got so many Apple devices, then on iOS 18.5 it will not show all of them in the list, and you will get a show more option, while on iOS 18.4.1 the whole list was visible on one screen. And if you tap on learn more about benefits, then once again you can see that it is slightly changed on iOS 18.5 compared to what we were seeing earlier on iOS 18.4.1. The title is changed, as well as some of the text in the last paragraph and the first paragraph of the limited warranty page. And the device model information is really helpful, because let's say you got multiple iPads or multiple AirPods, and until and unless you are not going to specifically mention what kind of AirPods you got, it was not going to show in the iOS 18.4.1. But here you can see that it says AirPods for ANC, or the iPad mini powered by A17 Pro, and it is the Wi-Fi plus cellular model. So just at a glance you can easily recognize your Apple product while looking at the Apple Care and Warranty section. So visually the Apple Care and Warranty part in the iOS settings is way more appealing visually and looks better and user friendly. One new setting is related to the accessibility. So if you go to the settings, then go to the accessibility, then go to touch and scroll down to the back tab. If you do not know what exactly is back tab, then I have made a separate video that you can watch to understand the feature of the back tab and how you can use it for better productivity on your iPhone. But now the new option here is the show banner that was not available earlier on iOS 18.4.1. So if you turn on this show banner option and use the back tab, then a banner will appear on top of the screen to let you know that you are using the back tab feature. Like this, you can see back tap detected, double tap detected. So if you use the triple tap, for example, then it will show back tap and triple tap detected like this. So the screenshot is captured based on the activity I have done, and the message popped up at the top of the screen as well, like this. Another new and interesting feature is, especially for the iPhone 13 series smartphones, once you update them to iOS 18.5, you will get a new option where you can use the satellite connectivity that will allow your iPhone to connect to the satellite based on the carrier network. So right now this feature is only available for T-Mobile in USA with the help of Starlink. If you got an iPhone 13 and update it to iOS 18.5, and after that if you go to the settings, then go to the cellular and then to cellular data options, here you will find the new satellite options. Keep one thing in your mind, that this feature will not bring the satellite SOS feature that you will find on iPhone 14 onwards, because it is hardware based, but this new feature will allow your smartphone to connect with a network to use the carrier services. Another new feature in iOS 18.5 is that if you got multiple Apple devices and one of them is being used by your children, so if you go to the settings and then if you go to the screen time, in this, if you have set up the time limit or app limit for any of the devices, and if the screen time passcode is entered on the child's device, then you will get a notification on your device. So let's assume the scenario that somehow your child was able to figure out what is the passcode and they just try to extend the time for the usage or access any of the restricted logged application, then you will get a notification on your iPhone to make sure either you are doing it, or if you are not doing it, then you can take some action. And there is a toggle for that as well. So if you go to the settings, then go to the notification, then go to the list of all of these applications, look for screen time, and then go down to the bottom and then tap on customize notifications. Here you will find an option called screen time passcode that says that receive a notification when a child or teen in your family uses the screen time passcode for their device. So if you would like to receive the notification every time the screen time passcode is entered on your child's device, then you can turn this feature on, or you can just turn it off based on your preference. The iOS 18.5 also comes with a new wallpaper. So if you go to the list of wallpapers, scroll down, then in the Pride section you will see there is a new wallpaper added, and if you use it, then it comes with some nice effects here. So you can see there is a nice animation, and on the lock screen it will come with this gradient effect. As you can see, when I'm turning it on, it is always changing in terms of colors, and every time when I'm changing it, you can see that in each of these parts there will be some lines and then it will disappear. So a very nice animation effect is coming here when you are going to the lock screen or when you are going from lock screen to the home screen. So another new option available on iOS 18.5 is that if you are using Apple TV with a third-party device like a TV from LG or Sony or Samsung and you want to buy something from Apple TV, then now you can do this from Apple TV Plus application from your iOS 18.5 powered iPhone. So this is once again a nice thing that iPhone is expanding the options and settings and features of the Apple ecosystem to third-party devices as well for better user experience. Another new thing, or you can say the bug fix, is that if you were using the Apple Vision Pro application on your iOS 18.4.1 powered device, then there was a probability that once you launch the application, nothing will be shown and it will be just a dark blank screen. But as you can see now, it is working fine after iOS 18.5 on all of the iPhone devices. If you go to the official Apple website to see the changelog of iOS 18.5, you can see there is a new feature related to broadcast extension that provides a higher per process memory limit that will allow you to capture and stream content at higher quality if the system resources are available. One bug fix here is related to the Apple Music and Siri. As you can see, it says Siri request to play a song in Apple Music might fail across multiple platforms. That is fixed now. So these are all of the new iOS 18.5 features that you will get after updating your iPhones. Which one is your favorite feature or the most useful for you? Feel free to share your feedback in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed watching this one, then give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe the channel, and I will see you guys next time in another video. Have a nice day.